Alice Ingersoll Gym at nearby Canton High School. The Lady Redbirds finally returned to the floor here after about a week off. The loss to Washington 33-32, their most recent game. Pekin's second COVID pause of the season, forcing the delay in between games, but they are here to take on the Canton Lady Giants. Canton 7-8 overall, 2-4 in the Mid-Atlantic Conference, coming off a moderately narrow loss to Washington. They definitely competed for about 85% of it, so something to watch for tonight. Metamora coming in 14-2 overall, 4-1 in the Mid-Atlantic Conference, and 8th ranked in the 3A poll. And also of note, I was talking with Canton coach Jessica Jones at the Ottawa tournament, which they were a part of alongside us. They lost in the third place game to Dixon, I believe. But because of an enrollment drop here at Canton High School, they actually will be playing in the 2A girls basketball postseason. And quite frankly, that might be a little bit of a gift because if you haven't seen the postseason assignments already, we're in a little bit of a group of death in 3A with potential regional title pairings being between us, Notre Dame, Morton, and Peoria High. You obviously got to put Washington in there as well. So there is going to be a very good team that doesn't even make it to the regional championship on our half of the bracket, and that's, quite frankly, just unfortunate. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Like I said, Metamora coming off that loss to Washington, a very narrow loss, a very winnable ball game. Some obviously some mistakes made late, but you could loom large on those two last shots, which I mean those are technically the last things that happened before the final buzzer. But you can also look at things like missing 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. We make both of those, we win. So I'm sure this is a very hungry group wanting to get back into the win column, obviously, as we'll talk about a little bit in our pre-recorded interview with head coach Kyle Wyanath. Alice Ingersoll Gym is no easy place to play by any stretch of the imagination, so he'll elaborate on that a little bit as well. So we'll see if Metamora is able to kind of counter that, if you will. And, that honestly will be probably a bigger factor than it is in most gyms, just because you look at the fact that the last time these two teams played in Canton, there were 32 combined fouls called between both teams. So it's about battling that foul trouble as well. And thankfully, neither team with a severely limited roster anyway. Canton, a fairly inexperienced bunch, but they're a very scrappy team is the word Coach Wyanath will use, and definitely no team to look down on by any stretch of the imagination. Unfortunately, they were unable to participate in State Farm this year due to that aforementioned enrollment drop. State Farm didn't have any room for them in the small school girls bracket, so they got basically kicked out. Not formally kicked out, but basically that's what happened. And that's how they ended up in Ottawa. Why don't we have our pregame chat with head coach Kyle Wyanath. All right, back here pregame with head coach Kyle Wyanath. And coach, obviously a little bit of a delay, unfortunately, due to a COVID pause outside of us, but within the conference. You finally get a chance to have that renewed sense, that turn of the page from the loss to Washington.
Yeah, we were hoping to be able to try to get back on the winning track last week. And, some things are out of our control. As we found out the last couple of years, you never know what one week to the next is going to hold. So thankful for the opportunity to be able to get a game in tonight, and we're going to try to do the best we can to make the most of it.
Obviously, you know this from your time as a boys assistant, and I'm sure even as a player, nobody plays their best at Alice.
Nope. It's one of those deals. I always think as a player, as a coach, what an awesome place to come and play a game. I've got some good memories here and some bad memories here. I split my chin open right down there off the block. And it was kind of funny talking to Izzy a little bit about that, because her dad was assistant coach at the time when I was in high school and was the one trying to put a butterfly Band-Aid on me in the locker room, and he said it looked great, and after the game I had to go to the ER and get stitched up. So it's one of those deals, but it's every game unfolds differently, whether you're here, whether you're at home, and so we'll just take it as it comes tonight. And we've had a couple really good days, I feel like, in the gym, trying to get a little bit better, and that's all we've been trying to do all year long. And sometimes coming off a loss, it gives you a little renewed focus on some things that you really need to hone in on. I think the girls have responded well, so I'm excited to see what we can do tonight.
What have you seen out of this Canton team? Because you look at a couple results that may concern Redbird fans, not necessarily concern, but be of concern to the fan bases. Hanging with Ottawa. Ottawa needed a game-deciding block in the tournament semifinal for them to win that game. Then, for the most part, they hung with Washington until, as the phrase I like to use, Washington remembered their Washington and came out and finished the second half strong. But what are kind of some of your keys or some things that you think have really stuck out about preparing for Canton?
They're a scrappy team. They're going to defend you as hard as they can, and they're not going to give you anything easy. They go to the offensive boards hard and defensive boards hard, and so they're a team that's going to bring it right at you. We're playing on their home court. We're going to get, you anticipate on getting everybody's best game every night out, and I think that tonight will be no different. We talk about protecting our home court. I'm sure they'll do the same in terms of what their focus and frame of mind is, but they're going to bring it, and it's going to be a win that if we're going to leave here tonight with one, we're going to have to go take it and going to have to go earn it.
And obviously you talk about the opponent giving their best effort. Canton probably is, especially when you look at the fact that they're in a little bit of a gauntlet right now. They just played Washington. They play us tonight. They host Morton on Friday. So, although they may be a little worn out, but, we'll see how it goes. And, one thing I always like to ask on my ICC broadcasts, but number one factor to defeat Canton and get back to our winning ways?
I think we got to try to get off to a little better start. And, offensively, I think, defensively we've been real solid. We want to maintain our level of play defensively, but I think offensively, whether it's first man or zone, we've got to find a way to put a few more points on the board early to try to help us dictate a little bit more of what other teams are going to try to do or what they need to try to do to play with us. And not that that's, always a point of emphasis or a focus, but I think if we're a little bit more assertive in certain ways, hopefully we can get off to a little bit quicker start offensively.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. We'll let you go. Good luck, and hopefully we're talking to you after a W.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, back here at Alice Ingersoll Gym, a little over a minute until the starting lineups and national anthem here inside Lady Alice, as they call this historic gym in the Middle Illini Conference. And like I said, the unique atmosphere is certainly one worth noting, and always an interesting trip up here. I believe the last time we played here, we almost got 50 points, or almost got 60 points, which, is not easy to do here. Kind of referencing that tough place to play in. Although Canton may not have the resume of a Morton, the gym itself is right up there with the Potterdome in terms of difficulty of playing here. Let's see here. So last couple meetings between Metamora and Canton, Metamora has won 6 straight. The last meeting in Ingersoll Gym, I stand corrected, I was thinking of 2 years ago. But last meeting in Alice Ingersoll Gym was March 4th of 2021. Metamora won 52-35. And, Metamora has that 6-game winning streak to their name, but prior to that, only one win between the 2014-15 season and the 2018-19 season. All Canton wins outside of that. So that equals out to only a 1.3 points per game margin over the series history since 2014-2015. So we will see how this pans out. Canton playing their fight song over the PA system right now, and we will throw it down to their public address announcer for the national anthem, then we will take it over for starting lineups.
We encourage you to demonstrate good sportsmanship throughout this contest, no matter what your personal feelings of loyalty may be. Throwing of any objects on the display area is strictly forbidden, and the officials are authorized to take appropriate action to ensure the safety of all. Also, abusive and offensive language by the fans in the stands will not be tolerated. Offenders will be escorted from the gymnasium. Thank you for your cooperation. Will everyone please rise, remove your caps, face the flag up center court, and place your hand over your heart as we honor America.
All right, and we'll take you through the starting lineups tonight, starting off with Canton again in 2A this year with the enrollment drop at Canton High School. But here's how the starting lineup looks like for them. Number 2 is Katie Smith, a senior forward. Number 12 tonight is Lily Gillis, a junior guard. Normally wears the number 3, but wearing number 12 tonight because according to Coach Jones, she dyed her jersey. Or maybe it might not be 12 now that I'm looking at the bench. It might be 24. So we'll get back to you on that. But Lily Gillis wearing a different number tonight due to a jersey mishap. But Ashley Groves, number 10, a senior forward. Ella Demler, a freshman guard, number 11. And Carly Zoomstein, a junior forward, wearing number 14. And Coach Jessica Jones in her 5th season with a record of 58 and 52. Metamora sends out the usual starting lineup that they've used in all but one of their 16 games to this point of the season. Katie Lalamandir, the 5'5 senior guard, averaging 2.8 points per game. Alyssa Russell, the 5'9 senior guard, averaging 5.4 points per game. Kayla Pasha, the 6' senior forward, averaging 12.4 points per game. Katie Ramage, the 5'9 junior guard, averaging 8.2 points per game. And Brooklyn Marshall, the 6'1 senior forward, averaging 6.1 points per game. Coach Kyle Wyneth, in his inaugural season, thus career record mirrors the overall record of 14-2. Nearly a full slate in the Mid-Illini Conference tonight. Washington playing Dunlap. Morton playing Dunlap. Washington is at East Peoria, and last we heard that was actually a narrow score of 19-10 Washington approaching halftime. So especially for our live audience, we'll be sure to keep you posted on what's going on around the Mid-Illini Conference. Unfortunately, Pekin Limestone has been canned because Pekin is still in that COVID pause that affected our scheduled game on Friday night. Officiating crew today, Terry Glaub, Rick Fanstock, and Rick Simpkins. Brooklyn Marshall jump for Metamora, and it will be, must be Lily Gillis wearing 13. Here we go. Redbirds win the opening tip. Game 17 of the 2021-22 season is underway. And Alex Staub on the call, Brad Marshall on the camera. We're here at Alice Ingersoll Gym in Canton. Just the second true road game of the 2021-22 season. The only other one being the tournament championship against Ottawa. And technically, that's not a true road game. Pasha gets into they're not going to call the jump ball. Katie Smith, I believe, committed to Coe College, comes away with a steal for Canton. Washington was in this gym a couple days ago. They weren't really able to find their true groove until around the third quarter, maybe even fourth. Ramage gets the steal all on her own. Left post 2 is good. Katie Ramage makes it 2-0 Metamora, 7:05 in the first quarter. On the other end, they got a couple number changes. I was only told of one number change, but there's multiple number changes, so I may not be getting all the Canton names that I thought I was going to. Baseline drive for the Lady Giants. Strong rebound and put back no good. Pasha deflects the rebound, and here comes Metamora. Pasha driving left post too strong. Rebound deflects away to Katie Ramage. Up top, Lalamandir for Russell. KP on the right post. Nice bounce pass for Brooklyn. Good hesitation, 2 no good. Maybe in the lane a little long. They don't call it. 6:23 in the first quarter. We're up 2-0. And deflected, Katie Smith. Katie Lalamandir didn't know it was deflected. Otherwise, she probably would have had that steal clean. Lady Giants looking for their first points about 2 minutes in. Metamora has not lost in this gym since 2017, so Canton determined to reverse that fate here tonight. Good defense from Katie. Nearly forces a turnover. Lady Giants able to regroup. Drive is, end up going to be a pass. Deflected. Smith, barely survives the over and back call, but obviously survives it. Good screen there. Drive in 2, no good. Rebound Pasha. Redbirds had numbers for a second. It's a little more even now. Brooklyn driving, doesn't get the shooter's roll, but does draw the first foul of the ball game on Canton. It'll be charged to number 2, Katie Smith. That's her first, team's first. And Brooklyn Marshall will shoot 2 for the Redbirds. First one, no good. Again, mentioned not just late in the Washington game, but overall kind of been a little bit of a bugaboo for Metamora the last couple games. Both no good for Brooklyn. Katie swats it back up top for Alyssa. Brooklyn double teamed down there in the post, able to fight it away. Katie for Kayla. Double teamed there as well. Redbirds, obviously, the offensive reputation of multiple double teams this trip down. Ramage drops it for Russell. 5 minutes left in the quarter. Russell 3, no good. Would have been her 21st 3 of the season. She leads the team with 23s on the campaign so far. Smith up top. Russell deflects it. Did that go off the ref's head? That'll wake you up. 4:44 in the first quarter. 2-0 Metamora, still our score. Smith inbounds. A little bit of a broken play here. Katie tries to capitalize on it. Good hustle, but it deflects off her out of bounds. Sophomores, by the way, a narrow loss, 33-28. Elena Redgate subs in and replaces Brooklyn Marshall. Canton sophomores off to a red-hot start in that game. Metamora making a comeback and making it competitive down to the last couple possessions. Canton pulling away with free throws off of intentional fouling, so ended up being a 33-28 final score in favor of the Canton sophomores here just a couple minutes ago, it seems like. Baseline drive is cut off. Lady Giants with it now inside, falling away, passes off to Smith. Now Smith has it again. Nearing the mask timeout, they get the drive, 2, rolls out, rebound Ramage. Should be a mask timeout next dead ball unless Metamora pushes it even quicker. Redgate for Ramage, 3 ball on the way, a little left, and actually airballed. Rebound for Canton. It will be a mask timeout next dead ball, 2-0, just under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Smith for Groves. And then 13 and 24, as you see there on your screen, the 2 unidentified players. Smith runs into Redgate and Ramage. Redgate with the steal for Lalamandir. Pesha up in front, left post, 2 is good. 4-0 Redbirds, 3:30 in the first. Again, unidentified player number 1. Pass is deflected. Corralled by Ella Demler. A freshman in the starting lineup for Coach Jessica Jones. Lady Giants trying to find options with the defensive pressure shown by Metamora, specifically Katie Lalamandir. Great job. Coach Wyneth wants a 5 call. They don't get it. Missed shot is rebounded by Katie Ramage. Kayla Pesha, a lot of contact and does draw the foul. Didn't look like they were going to call it at first, but the whistle comes in. It'll be Canton's second foul of the half. Charge it again, the Katie Smith. So one of their quality guards in foul trouble early with 2. It'll be 2 shots, but we will take the mask timeout first. 2:59 to go in the first quarter. Metamora 4, Canton 0. All right, back here at Alice Ingersoll Gym out of the mask timeout in the first quarter. 2:59 on the clock, a 4-0 Metamora lead. And Kayla Pesha, after drawing the shooting foul on the right side of the lane, will shoot 2. First one is good. Saw a good small school girls game last night. Eureka knocking Fieldcrest from the unbeaten ranks. Fieldcrest was 19-0 entering that game. Eureka won 48-44. Those are the 1 and 3 seeds in the upcoming Heart of Illinois Conference tournament. Driving is Demler. Obviously, Coach Jones has a lot of confidence in her, no less being in the starting lineup for varsity period as a freshman, but also got excessive minutes as a starter for the sophomore team tonight. Groves in trouble with Vandeschraft defending. Now an open baseline drive is actually deflected out of bounds for Metamora. Yeah, I was going to say deflected out of bounds. It should be Canton ball. Yeah. Because if you're watching that and you hear me say deflected out of bounds, the only other words that should come after that are Canton ball. But obviously they were able to correct that. Inbound pass deflected. What's the call here? Stays Canton ball. Lady Giant inbound in front of the Metamora bench and deflected again. Those can be so frustrating from an offensive perspective. You're just trying to get the ball in, and those little pokes right back out of bounds can kind of throw you off kilter. 2:18 in the first quarter. Redbirds up 6-0. Lady Giants on a scoring drought here to begin the ball game, looking to reverse that. 23 is Allison Wheeler. Just had the ball there a couple passes ago. Demler. For 14 is Carly Zoomstein. And stepping out of bounds is Ella Demler. It'll be Metamora ball. Brooklyn Marshall and Katie Ramage return. 6-0 Redbirds, 1:55 in the first quarter. Brief note, Saturday's East Peoria game is a noon start due to the low numbers of East Peoria's program. It will also, well, I'll wait until the next dead ball to ask, but a little broadcasting note as well. Ramage wide right, rebound Vandeschraff, put back and one. Izzy Vandeschraff counted in the foul. Canton foul is on number 10, Ashley Groves, her first team's third. And Ava Wenger comes in. Now, Brad, will you be there on Saturday? Not to put you on the spot. But Saturday will be a Facebook Live exclusive. We will not be on MTCO due to, as Vandeschraff misses the three-point play attempt. I, as you've figured out by now, I'm the PA announcer for the Bradley women, and they have a home game at 2 o'clock, which renders me unable, and that's a deflection, so it shouldn't be over and back. Yep. But I will not be able to work the East Peoria game, and that's an interesting call there, but we'll take it. But because of the Bradley game, I will not be there on Saturday. So the next time, at least, I will greet you would be the 20th, I think. We're at Pekin at Hawkins Gym, provided the Dragons aren't still in a COVID pause. But Brad will have Facebook for you on Saturday. 8-0 Redbirds, a little over a minute to go in the first quarter. Wheeler for Zoomstein. Over to a three-ball, no good. A rebound, Marshall up floor for Lallemand-Deer. Redbirds have numbers. Lallemand-Deer for Redgate, left post for two. Coach Wyana said in the pregame interview, we want a quicker start. They're under a minute from holding Canton scoreless in the opening quarter. I'd say that's pretty good. Got to be careful on the reach there. Definitely a good defensive effort. And Ramage all on her own. Right post. Takes her time. Two is good. Timeout, Canton. It's a 30-second timeout. Katie Ramage, 4 points here in the opening quarter. Redbirds off to a hot start. But don't take it for granted. You've heard me say it so many times. Keep the foot on the gas. You never know when that light will finally click for the Lady Giants, because you talk about how much they competed with Washington here a couple nights ago. And Washington not even really able to get a grip on the game until about mid to late third quarter. You could argue early fourth quarter. And you could present the argument whether that's shooting themselves in the foot, depending on who you talk to, from either the Panthers or the Lady Giants. Coach Jones is probably going to get tired of me. I'll be here again on Friday to watch them play Morton. Morton tonight is at Dunlap. ICC Women Open Conference play tomorrow. They're 31-0 all-time in the MWAC since joining it prior to the 2018-19 season. Knock on wood. Wenger driving, drops it for, I think, Wheeler. Yep. Wheeler, nice defense from Elena. Who, not the planned pass, but it works. Wheeler, the scoreless quarter will not happen. Wheeler with the baseline two. It's 12-2 Metamora. Lallemand for Vandeschraff. Cross-court Ramage, 3-ball on the way, short. Rebound, quick put back for Redgate to beat the first quarter buzzer. Dominant opening 8 minutes for Metamora, but like I said, I don't care if I sound like a broken record. Got to keep the foot on the gas. 14-2 Metamora after 1. Alex Dobb back with you here from Alice Ingersoll Gym in Canton. Metamora with a 14-2 lead after the first quarter. Quick scoring rundown. Izzy Vandeschraff with 2, Kayla Pasha with 4, and I just realized I left Kayla out of the quarter post on social media. As soon as I saw her with 4, I'm like, oh shoot. But KP with 4, Katie Ramage with 4, Elena Redgate with 4 as well. Canton basketball. Quick 2, no good. Sorry, I'm trying to redeem myself on that post. Floater from Lallemand that we're all so familiar with is good. 16-2. Sorry about my microphone issues there. Wheeler from the left wing. Up top for Zoomstein. I truly mean this, one of my favorite names in the Mid-Illini Conference. Zoomstein rolls off the tongue nicely. Sounds cool. Ella Demler for 2. 2 on the other end for Metamora, no good, and we go, okay. They'll say because of displacement from Youngquist, Cam Youngquist into the game, her first, team second. Canton will make a sub. Katie Smith and I think Ava Wenger were the subs. It's going to throw me off all night because you'd think it would be Wegner on the surface, because Wegner I would think would be a more common name, but it's NG instead of GN, so it's Wenger. Interesting. Lady Giants with it, driving in, floater, banked out hard, rebound, deflects back to the Lady Giants. Wheeler for 3, short, or wide left I should say, and that's going to be, would have been Metamora ball had it gone out of bounds. Russell in trouble and a foul. Canton picks up their 4th foul of the half, first of the quarter. Charge it to 23, Allison Wheeler, her first, and again, team's 4th. Unknown player. There it is, Lily Gillis. Lily Gillis is wearing 24 tonight. So there's one of the 2 anonymous players that we know for now. We'll hopefully try and pick up, maybe the other one will make a shot here and we'll be able to pick it up from the PA announcer. Ramage with it in the corner, up for Youngquist. In trouble, baseline jumper no good. Pasha put back, rolls it in. KP with 6 points here in the first half, and if you're curious, 754 for her career, the leading active scorer for Metamora. 6 minutes to go until halftime, 18-4 lead. Wheeler banks it around and in. Wheeler, the leading scorer for Canton with 4 of their 6. 18-6 is the Metamora lead. Russell for Pasha. Lallemand got a corner 3 coming for Youngquist. Got it. Cam Youngquist, Metamora's first 3 of the game, makes it 21-6, 5:33 in the second quarter. Gillis gives it off for Smith. Wenger back to Smith. Now here's Gillis, has a little space. Katie eventually closes that out, then off the screen. Smith drives on Ramage. Tough take, a little long. That's going to be off Katie. Yep. Lallemand deflects it out of bounds. It'll be Canton ball with 5:16 to go until halftime. It'll be Allison Wheeler taking the inbound pass. Wenger, bounce pass for Smith. Wheeler watched the baseline. Russell got the block, but also got a little too much contact. It'll be Metamora's 3rd foul of the first half. Alyssa's first. And so Allison Wheeler will shoot the first free throws of the game for Canton. First one is good. Izzy Vandeschraff will come back in and replace Katie Lallemand. 5 points for Wheeler. She's got one more free throw on the way. Rims out, easy rebound and put back, defended well by Ramage. Now out for Youngquist. That's a jump ball, arrow to Metamora. Youngquist will inbound to Vandeschraff, 5:03 in the second quarter. Youngquist crossed for Russell. Driving baseline, running out of room. Oh, nice pass for Kayla. 2 is good. KP already with 8 points here in the first half. 23-7 Metamora. 4:43 until half. Smith for Gillis. Wide open 3 is long. Rebound deflects. Wenger able to save it from rolling out. Wheeler up top for Gillis. Nearing the dead ball for the mask timeout. I don't think we'll reach it this possession. We'll see what Canton has in store. Wheeler wanting to go up top for Smith. Ramage cuts that off. Good defense on ball by Youngquist as well. Yeah, we might hit that mask timeout dead ball this possession. Down to 4:07 in the quarter. Smith, ooh, she would have gone up with that. They might have drawn the foul out of Ramage. And we will get that mask timeout this trip down after all. We're under 4 minutes. Good defense by Vandeschraff, trying to draw the 5 count, doesn't get it. Canton has space. Wheeler open for 3, got it. 23-10, 3:43 until half. Russell for Ramage. Thought about hesitating and driving inside, pulls off on that for now. Pesha got to be strong with it. Turnover there, deflected from behind. Don't let Canton get on a run here. Started so well. Gillis defended by Vandeschraff as he cuts the baseline off and almost makes her go out of bounds, and she actually does. Good defense there from Izzy. Elena Redgate and Brooklyn Marshall get their first second quarter minutes, but not before we take the mask timeout. 3:21 to go until halftime, 23-10 Metamora. Alex Dobb back with you here in Canton out of the second quarter mask timeout. It'll be Metamora ball. Morton 14, Dunlap 7, a couple minutes before halftime at Dunlap. Redgate drives, tough pass. Redbirds still have it somehow. Pesha. Cut off and taken in by Carly Zoomstein. That's Zoomstein on my roster. Redgate from the right wing up top for Lalamandir. Left wing is Vandeschraff. 3 ball on the way, wide left. And it's actually going to be airballed out of bounds to Canton. No, it's still our ball. Canton get a hand on that? Okay. Baseline inbound for Lalamandir right to Pesha. Cutting inside, Kayla in double figures with 10. Metamora 25-12, 2:30 until the break. Zoomstein across for Demler. Back up for Smith. Feeds it for Zoomstein. Decent screen there. Smith driving in. She's in trouble. Has it ripped away. And Brooklyn Marshall throws it right back to Canton. No good, but she's able to redeem herself and get the rebound. 13-point lead. Let's keep it in double figures. Redgate right wing, 3 ball, no good. Rebound Marshall. Good effort there from Brooklyn. Oh, board and put back for her first points of the night. Metamora 27-12, 1:46 until the break. Zoomstein driving. Redgate cuts that off, and that's a charge. Elena Redgate draws the charge. And Carly Zoomstein will pick up her first, team's 5th. And now 13 left, and they said that's Zoomstein. Oh, Lord. Okay. This is all messed up. So I guess 14 is actually I don't even know anymore, folks. We're just going to roll with what I got on the roster. I was only told of one number change, and there's more than one number change. Lane Jackson is into the game. Talk about her ability to score in bunches. Left post, flips it up and in. She heard me, Brad. 2 is good, makes it 29-12, just over a minute until halftime. On the other end, the answer from who? Jenna Goforth, I guess. 29-15 Redbirds. Lalamandir for Marshall. Pass for the left post. Jackson working down low. Tough take, no good. I think we got to keep this in double figures by halftime. Remember when I said Morton was close with Dunlap? They've worked it up to a 20-7 lead now. That's what happens when you say there's a close score, and it turns out not to be sometimes. Driving, we think, is Demler to Wheeler. Wheeler for Goforth, I guess. Lost the ball, stolen by Alyssa Russell. We'll see if we try to hold it or are we going to push it. Alyssa left post, too strong. Canton will have the last shot of the half, I would assume. No, they won't. Lane Jackson with 4 and 3. Redgate to beat the buzzer for 3. Bounces out, no good. But Metamora with a 15-point second quarter to give them 29. Canton a much better quarter. They scored 13 to get to a 15-point effort at the half. Halftime score, Metamora 29, Canton 15. Take a couple minutes off, be back with halftime stats and then the second half. Alex Staub back with you at Alice Ingersoll Gym. Take your breath, or take a breath. Finally figured out those number changes. Lily Gillis is wearing 24. Jenna Goforth is number 14. Danica Giesman is number 12. And Carly Zoomstein is number 13. Got it? Yeah, normally I wouldn't go down for something like that to the table, but with so many numbers and a name that we were saying so frequently, or should have said so frequently in the first half, I figured we have to fix it. Canton ball to begin the third quarter. Lady Giants turn it over on the first possession. Right into a trap corner, though, but Redbirds get it out. Starters for Metamora, and then starters minus Gillis for Canton. The one non-starter starting the second half is Allison Wheeler. 29-15, Metamora your score. Washington a winner over East Peoria tonight by roughly 30 points. Marshall, turnaround 2 on the right post. Brooklyn's got 4. 31-15, 7-17 in the third quarter. Smith throws it out of bounds, almost onto the stage. And it'll be another turnover. 2 turnovers on the first 2 possessions. Dunlap down 26-9 to Morton. Make it 29-9. Lamprecht just hit a 3. But good Lord, Lady Potters are on fire tonight at Dunlap. Lalamandir, it's going to be over and back. Dunlap, I think 51-32 was our winning score against them the first time around. This is Ella Demler trying to drive on Alyssa Russell. Good defense by Alyssa. Zoomstein almost stolen away. Ashley Groves with it now. Smith driving, and a blocking foul is called on Katie Lalamandir. That's her first, team's first, and 4th of the game. It'll be 2 free throws for Katie Smith. Canton went 1 of 2 at the line in the second quarter on a free throw trip from Allison Wheeler, and that's all they've got so far. Smith makes the front end. Makes it 31-16, 6:36 until half. Until half. Until the end of the third quarter, Smith makes 2. Again, heading to Coe College, spelled C-O-E. Up top for Lallemand-Deer, nice drop pass. Brooklyn Banks no good. Rebound for Ashley Groves. And what do we have here? Stepped out of, no, a foul. Oh, okay. Because Faston came in from the far side and said block, and I don't think I'd ever seen an offensive blocking foul. I've seen a moving screen, but I guess you can count those as the same thing. Lallemand-Deer inside Marshall, tough matchup. Using that one pivot foot, takes her dribble now, flips it up, no good. Rebound for Groves. Keep it in double figures. Wheeler with it for Canton. Driving in, tough floater, banks it in. Wheeler having a great game offensively with 10 points, 10 of their 19. Lallemand-Deer for Russell. Shot fake, back for Russell. Alyssa drives inside, runs into a double team. Gives it off for Kayla. Katie for Alyssa. Now Katie Ramage on the corner, working it around. Russell for Lallemand-Deer. Now they go Ramage. Cross court Russell. Inside Pasha. Ooh, it almost worked. Pasha goes down, but right. It deflects right for Katie Ramage. Now Katie Lallemand-Deer for Alyssa Russell. 3-ball. Ooh, it was going down, but falls out. Canton will look to capitalize on that. Ella Demler for Katie Smith. Now Allison Wheeler. About midway through the quarter. Smith at the point. Backdoor cut. Is cut off for the most part. At least made more difficult than it could have been. Groves for Smith. 4:19 in the third. Wheeler trying to get past Ramage. Can't. Smith on Marshall. 2 rims out. Rebound Marshall. Good possession there from Brooklyn defensively. Ramage for Russell. Now Lallemand-Deer. Waiting for some more movement. Now she'll reset. We'll have mask timeout next, dead ball. 31-19 Redbirds. Lallemand-Deer for Ramage. Cross court Russell. Inside Lallemand-Deer, quick pass for Russell. Redbirds being content with running a lot of clock here, bordering on a single-digit game. Russell bounce pass for Pasha. Marshall from the free throw line, no good, short. Wheeler up top for Smith. 3-ball makes it 9-point game. Demler up top for Smith. Calls for the back door, gets it, but the pass isn't there. Good defense on Groves by Katie Lallemand-Deer down there on the right post. Zoomstein. Bounce pass for Smith. Pushes off on Pasha. That's an offensive foul. Thankfully, they missed the shot. Lallemand-Deer driving on the other end. Passes too hard. Pasha turns it over. Through her hands out of bounds. Smith for Zoomstein. We will eventually have that mask timeout. Smith driving 2 is good. 4-point quarter for Smith, and there's 10 points. Next point by Canton makes it single digits. Pasha for Lallemand-Deer for Russell. Right wing 3-ball, no good. Rebound Zoomstein, and Canton goes for a single-digit game here late in the third. Wheeler corner 3, got it. Well, that's what I'm telling you. I'm not exactly a fan of Metamora running the clock as much as they've been. Valuable time in what's now a 7-point game. Lallman-Deer for Marshall, 2 no good. Rebound deflects to Smith. And now Canton could inch a little closer. The tale of, I guess, technically 3 quarters, 2 teams. Wheeler rolls it in. (31-26). Just 2 points in the third quarter for Metamora. Ramage from the baseline. Somebody got a hand on it. That's got to be our ball. Somebody got a hand on it. It's got to be our ball. It's deflected off Ramage's shot. This can't be Canton ball. No! What a horrible call. If that... Wow. All right, mask timeout, 1:12 in the third quarter, 31-26 Metamora. Alex Staub back with you for the fourth quarter, and Metamora's got some ground to make up. Lallman-Deer will run the point here to start things in the final frame. Van de Schraff doesn't take the screen, goes for Lallman-Deer. Ramage at the wing. Up top for Lallman-Deer. Marshall for Lallman-Deer. For Ramage. Pesha from the cross-court pass goes for Lallman-Deer. Pesha has a chance on the right post, 2 is good. Starters minus Alyssa Russell to start the fourth quarter. Izzy Van de Schraff is in that slot. Jenna Goforth for Carly Zoomstein. Lily Gillis. Ava Wenger has it and throws it out of bounds. Trying to figure out, make sure I get everybody in for Canton. Lallman-Deer for Van de Schraff. Now Pesha from that spot. Lead at 5, Lallman-Deer, floater is good. (35-28), 6:33 in the fourth quarter. We'll have end of the game stats and a chat with head coach Kyle Wyanoth once this one is through. Wenger almost lost it out of bounds again. Goes for Gillis. Cross-court Ramage read that, but got too much contact. That was almost perfectly read. Katie will commit her first, team second. Alyssa Russell will come back in and replace who? Izzy Van de Schraff. I think Canton also sent in a sub as well. We'll try and find who that is. Ella Demler, I think, is the sub that came in. And that appears to be it. Wheeler from the left wing. About 2 minutes in. A 4-0 run to start the quarter for Metamora. Wheeler wanting to change that, and she does. Metamora just hasn't been able to stop Allison Wheeler tonight. 17 points now for Wheeler. Ramage, fake and drive. Lallman-Deer for Pesha. They have Ramage right baseline. Cross court for Russell. Thought about the 3. Lallman-Deer up top for Russell. Now Pesha. 5:24 to go. Ramage open left wing, 3-ball wide right. Rebound. Wheeler and Marshall going for an advantage Wheeler. Up top is Katie Smith, and she threw it out of bounds. Metamora ball up 5:10 to go. Morton by 21 at the start of the second half. Washington beat East Peoria by 31. Lallemand-Deer, another floater, no good. Marshall, what are they going to say here? Ooh, Metamora ball. It was going to be I would venture to say as far as 50-50 call, because there appeared to maybe be some contact from Canton, but then obviously Brooklyn's effort there as well. Baseline inbound for Lallemand-Deer. Gets it into Pesha. Russell has it wing left. 4:48 to go, 5-point lead. Pesha for Lallemand-Deer. How about another floater? That one's no good. Rebound to Katie Smith for Canton. And a whistle and a full timeout called by the Lady Giants with 4:34 to go in the fourth quarter, and your score, Metamora 35, Canton 30. Welcome back to Alice Ingersoll Gym. 4:34 to go in the first quarter out of the full timeout called by Canton, and we'll have another stoppage here in about 30 seconds of play for the fourth quarter mask timeout of note. That was also the first coach's called timeout, by the way, of the game. Smith off the moving screen from Zoomstein. 2 is no good. Rebound. Pesha deflects it for Ramage, who doesn't have full possession yet. Now she does. The rumble as you run up floor here at Alice Ingersoll Gym, certainly unique to this court. Ramage. Pass up top isn't there, would have been cut off. Russell. Back for Ramage. Baseline drive. Flips it up and in. And a 30-second timeout is called by Metamora. 37-30. We'll keep it right here with 3:54 to go. Actually, we will not keep it right here because I just remembered that this also extends to the mask timeout. So 3:54 to go in the fourth quarter, 37-30 Metamora after that last Ramage basket. Alex Staub back with you here at Alice Ingersoll Gym. Out of the mask timeout that was extended to by a 30-second Metamora timeout. 37-30, 3:54 to go. See if we can try and get it to double figures here. Canton had a good run there in the second and third quarters, 13 points apiece. They've gone a smidge cold here through the first half of the fourth quarter. Wheeler. 3 banks out somehow. Rebound Plinkos to the Lady Giants. And then Redgate commits a shooting foul. That'll be her first, team's third. And Jenna Goforth is at the free throw line for Canton. First one rolls around and in. She's got 8 points. 37-31. And it'll stay there. Rebound. Saved by Groves, barely, and then she traveled on the baseline. No displacement. That was a fall. And yeah, well, Brad's right, and she dribbled it out of bounds before that happened. Lallemand-Deer at the point for Alyssa Russell. Has it poked away. This won't be over and back. There is a deflection. Jump ball. Arrow to Canton. It'll be a sideline inbound for Smith. 6-point game, 3:18 to go. Into that tricky trap corner there. Smith gets right by, or that's not Smith. That's 11. That's Ella Demler. Blocked by Ramage. Saves it from going out of bounds, but has to throw it right to Ashley Groves to do so. And not sure how Canton got that timeout in, but they give it to him. Let's see what they call 30 or full. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here with 3:06 to go and a 6-point lead. We'll probably say it one more time after this, but another reminder, we will not have an MTCO broadcast on Saturday at East Peoria. I have a commitment with the Bradley women's basketball team. They host Valparaiso that afternoon. But Brad will be there with Facebook, and then we'll be back to the usual digs on the 20th against Pekin at Hawkins Gym. Again, that's provided Pekin is out of their COVID pause by then. Again, the Dragons, unfortunately, our game against them on Friday got canned because of their second COVID pause of the season, and the Dragons are not playing tonight against Limestone either for that same reason. Russell deflects it to Groves. Here comes Wheeler, their offensive star tonight, blocked by Pasha to Lalamandir. He's got to extend this lead here. Could almost say, normally I'd say in this situation the clock's our friend, but with only a 6-point lead, don't know if I can say that too confidently. 2:39 to go, up 6. Russell, I think she slipped. Ramage double team, timeout Metamora. 30-second timeout, so they're out of 30s with 2:31 to go. Good timeout there to prevent the turnover. Would have been a tough option there between Russell going down and then the double team that closed in on Ramage. But again, yeah, we'll do Facebook only on Saturday, and then we'll return to MTCO next week. Neat opportunity next Saturday, as in not the 15th. I consider next Saturday to be the 22nd. I know terminology depending on who you talk to. But boys-girls doubleheader. The boys play Bradley Bourbonnais at 5, and then we will play these Canton Lady Giants at 6:30. Boys are also have that Round Ball Classic throughout that day. So technically not a true doubleheader. Canton could get a delay of game warning for not sending in a substitution instead of working on Groves, and now they do. I think you could present the argument for a delay of game warning, couldn't you? Especially in a close game, try and get some extra rest. Pasha, right post, little too strong, deflects it for Redgate, fouled hard, shooting 2. Foul is on. 14, Jenna Goforth, that's her third, not her second, as was announced. But her third, team second. Oh, maybe it is her second. First free throw is good. Or no good. That one's good. Both good. The scoreboard didn't add it right away. I was looking down at my scorebook trying to correct the foul count, so my bad on that, folks. 39-31 with 2:20 to go. A couple people probably looking at, what does he mean she missed it? Brooklyn Marshall back in, so it's Marshall, Lalamandir, Russell, Ramage, and Pasha on the floor right now. 8-point lead. Now I think we can start saying the clock is not Canton's friend, but there's still plenty of basketball left to be played. This is Smith driving. Straight up is Pasha. No displacement. Ball squibbles away, and it's going to be off Lalamandir. Ooh, how do you get a foul on that? It's on Canton. Wow, Katie Smith calling for a foul. That's her third, team's third. I'm really surprised they got a foul on that play. But obviously, we're not complaining. 1:46 to go. Redbirds trying to hold on and move to 15-2 on the season. And would stay a game and a half out of first place with the jacked up, like 5 different combinations of conference games played between the 8 Middle Illini teams so far. Because Morton's played 8, we've now played 6. It's all sorts of different combos because of COVID pauses and stuff. Marshall for Russell, 8-point lead, 1:13 to go. Pasha rolls it in. Timeout Metamora, it's a full 41-31 with 1:10 to go. Alex Dobb back with you here at Alice Ingersoll Gym. 1:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Metamora calls a full timeout, up 41-31. It'll be a Canton ball going the length of the floor. Oh, Katie Smith, accidentally a missed dribble, but thankfully for her, it goes right to Ella Demler. Under a minute to go, 10-point game. It's Jenna Goforth up for Ashley Groves. And Canton forced to call a timeout because of the Redbird defensive pressure, a full timeout with 50.6 to go. And that becomes a godsend, so I can work on some other things to prep for whenever this game does go final. So Kayla Pasha should end up being your leading scorer. And then, like I said, the Redbirds will move to 15-2 on the season, barring a collapse in the last 50 seconds. Which then again, with how the third quarter went, which has kind of been our bugaboo, you could potentially see that happening. But like I said, just got to keep the foot on the gas. .6 to go, 41-31. Inbound is to Smith. Rolls out, rebound Pasha, gonna have a jump ball, arrow to Metamora. Oh, they call it a foul? Oh, wow. Katie Smith, her fourth, team's fourth. Inbound, this one should be a jump ball. Nope, Katie Lallman-Deer smartly gets the timeout in. It'll have to be a full with 41.5 to go. More importantly, tonight we'll have end of the game stats and a chat with head coach Kyle Wynath. And maybe because of it being one of the longer drives in the conference, we might not necessarily interview a player. We might save that for next week at Pekin. Redbirds will go length of the floor here. 41.5 to go. Russell up floor for Pasha for Ramage. Why don't we score? Just ice it. Smith, not sure why they had her foul, because now she's done. That's Smith's fifth foul and the team's fifth. And so Carly Zoomstein will come in and replace her. Lallman-Deer for Pasha. Thought about the drop pass. 23 seconds to go. Redbirds will feel good about, well, I take that back. They may not feel too good about this one, but a win's a win. Canton seems content to not foul. Clock rolls down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and there is win number 15. Metamora with 10 in the fourth quarter to give them 41. Canton held to 3 points in the third quarter to give them 31. That'll do it from Canton, but we do have for MTCO, we do have Coach Wynath and end of the game stats coming right up. All right, back here at Atlas Ingersoll Gym after Metamora's 41-31 win over Canton. And Coach, well, a red-hot start, but things kind of tapered off in the second half. What did you see out of that?
Third quarter didn't put too many in the basket, you know. And defensively, we gave them a few easy ones. And, you know, on our end of on the deal, we missed a few easy ones. And so, you know, they went on a little run there. You know, and we'll go back and we'll watch it. You know, hindsight's always 20/20. Probably could have got a timeout in there or two to try to help control it. I like to try to let the girls play through some things. Thought they did a nice job of managing it, and then bouncing right back in the fourth quarter. We got back to business and got back to doing what we do best, which is defend, and then finished a few around the basket.
Let's talk about that offensive pace early. Obviously, when you're able to get out in front like that, you're thinking pretty positively about at least how the thing started, right?
Yeah. You know, we've been trying to get going a little bit earlier, and I thought we did a nice job of that. You know, it was first few minutes sometimes is always tough. We did a nice job in our break, and I think that, you know, you get some points early in the transition game. It gives you a little energy, and the kids kept battling through that first half. You know, what we did well there in the first quarter, you know, to start the second half and the third quarter was probably the opposite a little bit. So we didn't get as much in transition, and they went on a little run. So I was proud of the way we started. You know, it was a little bit of a battle through the middle, and proud of the way we closed it out.
You saw on film talking about how scrappy of a team Canton is. How true to form do you think that was tonight, and how much of a challenge did that present?
Yeah, you know, they're a team that's not going to go away. I was a little surprised that maybe they didn't jump in their press a little earlier, but you know that they're coached well. They play hard. They got a young team, and so their young players are learning on the fly a little bit with every game. They're getting better, you know, and so you know that what they're going to kind of keep bringing at you. You know, in terms of their effort, and you know, it's one of those deals where you're happy to have a kind of a veteran team and a senior-led team, and some girls on our end of things that have played a lot of minutes and can handle those situations where we don't get too rattled and we don't get too panicky, and we just try to continue to make the next right play as best we can.
15-2 going into the road game at East Peoria on Saturday, and want to again emphasize unique 12 o'clock tip-off there from EP with EP's low program numbers happening on a Saturday. Quite frankly, not sure why it doesn't start at 5 or 6, which would make more sense, but whatever. We'll play at noon. We'll play at 5. I'm sure that doesn't matter. But kind of talk about maybe one thing primarily that you'd hope to carry into that game and, God willing, move on to 16-2.
Yeah, you know, we're trying to get a little healthy. We're a little banged up, but we're getting closer. And so it's good to come through a game and hopefully not have too many setbacks, if you will, in terms of the injury category. So trying to stay healthy going into to this stretch, and at the same time, you know, just like I've talked about pretty much all season, I feel like sometimes when I talk to the team, I'm a broken record, but just trying to get a little bit better defensively, just trying to get a little bit better offensively, you know, just continuing to be great teammates, continue to find a way to impact the game when you're on the floor, and no matter if it's a big or a small way. And just keep preaching the things that we've been preaching.
All right, Coach, congrats on the win, and I know I won't get to see you on Saturday, but I guess I'll talk to you hopefully, provided Pekin's healthy by then. We'll talk to you on the 20th.
Sounds good. Thanks.